people think of Bridgman's for our ice cream. But we actually have as many dinners and food entrees as we have desserts. There's something for the whole family. Salads, burgers, steak, shrimp and chicken dinners, even diet plates. That's it, Leroy. Here's your meal. But Rocky, you forgot my ice cream.
So Bridgman's Ice Cream Parlor is an old-fashioned ice cream parlor that we opened up in Woodbury, and the entire concept is centered around coming in and sitting down and spending time with your family. So we serve malts with a tin, glass tulip dishes for your sundae, things that you used to see many years ago.
Bridgman's Ice Cream really sets ourselves apart from our competitors. We are very proud to use a higher butterfat content, high quality mix-ins, give it a more rich and creamy flavor, and it's something that keeps people coming back because it's not something you find in other brands.
Bridgman's Ice Cream Parlor to me is a place where family and friends can gather to share sweet memories.
What sets Bridgman's apart from other brands is our story, our history. For some reason, this brand is close to people's hearts, and I don't hear that with a lot of other brands. And we've spent a lot of time talking about why that is and how we can continue that going forward.
My father, Chester, and Roy, his brother, started Bridgman Ice Cream in 1934 in Crookston, Minnesota. The Bridgman Ice Cream parlors were very clean, and the counters stainless steel and usually red stools. The only ice cream parlor that had food was in Duluth on Superior Street by Lake Avenue. Some of the food that Bridgman sold were hamburgers, hot dogs, and French fries. When Bridgman Creameries was started, it was Bridgman Creameries, and the stores were Bridgman Ice Cream Parlors. And then after Land Lakes bought Bridgman Ice Cream, they added the apostrophe S, so now everybody knows it as Bridgman's.
So one of the most fun stories I've heard about Bridgman's is its connection with Bob Dylan. It's been told that he lived above Gray's Drug in Dinkytown, which was across the street from Bridgman's restaurant, and that when he wasn't playing at local coffee houses, he would go over and enjoy a burger and a malt.
My family started selling Bridgman's in 1962. I think one of the most significant benefits of Stratty Drug selling Bridgman's ice cream was just to show that Stratty's was a premium place. I think I was about 11, and I started scooping ice cream about that time. It was the place to work. You know, if you were a Bridgman girl, you were cool because it was such good ice cream.
Anna and I have been friends since seventh grade.
Seventh grade.
We're total opposites.
I mean, she's
Say it.
outlandishly boisterous and zany. I was really quiet, and I'm still, comparatively speaking, very quiet.
Bridgman's, that was the place to work. And so then we ended up working together at Bridgman's. But I loved the job.
I did too.
I loved
it. A lot of fun.
It didn't matter what we were making. It was just a fun job.
It was fun.
And then there were the people that would challenge each other to come and eat at Lollapalooza.
My cousin Bill Bridgman created the Lollapalooza, and then everyone who ate it got a big button to wear.
So when it was probably, like I said, I think we were probably between 8 and 10, and it was my birthday, and it was the opportunity. My mom was going to let me have a giant thing of ice cream. It was me and Sam, and then our friend Andrew and our friend Josh. I ate a Lollapalooza.
Yep, I ate a Lollapalooza. I mean, it was great ice cream, and the biggest sundae I'd ever seen in my life. So yeah, it was awesome. Temporarily very proud of ourselves until we had to drive home, and at some point Dave's mom had to pull off on the side of the road so that everybody who finished the Lollapalooza could, empty their stomachs. And
I started my career at Bridgman's in 1976, and I was a dishwasher. And one thing I remember a lot about, everybody had a lot of pride in what we were doing. Well, one of the fondest memories, I guess, is meeting my wife, Lisa, at Bridgman's. I was there a couple years, and then she got hired. She had a bubbly personality. She was very outgoing. Those are things that kind of brought me to her, and I thought she was really cute. We got married in 1983. Back in the mid-'80s, Bridgman's did file for bankruptcy. But eventually what happened is a real estate company came in and bought the business and took us out of bankruptcy. And what we did is they sold off the restaurant part of the business to Embers, and then they sold out the ice cream part of the business to Steve Lampe. Once that part had taken place at the investment and Steve owned the company, we focused not on the restaurant business any longer. We focused on the ice cream business. Started servicing ice cream shops a lot more, did a lot more retail business at that time, at the same time servicing the Embers restaurant and their business.
My first job at Bridgman's was as a waitress. Bridgman's was unique to us because I courted and dated my husband during my years working at Bridgman's. I knew Steve and I were meant to be together. He was an honest, hardworking man. I knew we could make a beautiful life together. Steve was a hard worker. He worked his way up from dishwasher to owner. He was very proud of that fact. He really believed in the quality of the product and the ice cream, wanted to keep it that way, and I think that was one of his driving forces. Steve passed away in 2011, and because Bridgman's was his heart and soul, it was so important in our family to have a new owner that was going to bring Bridgman's into the next generation. I would say Crystal, Brian, and Megan were such hardworking, and they had this energy about them. They had the entrepreneurial spirit that I knew Bridgman needed to take it to the next generation.
So I bought the company with my brother and my cousin in 2015. I was inspired to own Bridgman's because it's fun. It's ice cream. It's always been one of my favorite desserts, and nobody's mad when they're eating it, right? Like, what a fun job to have. And then you add the story and the history on top of that, and it's like, what else could you need? And so we wanted to create a place for people to come, sit down, turn off their devices, and create those memories that they used to in the past. And when COVID hit, it really threw us for a loop because our entire concept was about dining in.
COVID-19 was a little bit of a challenge. We had to learn how to redo our business. But I think the biggest thing for us opening up the location here is that we went back to the old-fashioned car hop type setup, and we went to the customers because they couldn't come to us.
It took longer than we anticipated to open, but once we were able to, the community really came out for us. They showed up for us when we needed them the most. And now that it's over, I mean, we're a staple in the community. We're proud to be a part of this community for that reason. And we try to give back as much as they've given us. Over the last few decades, Bridgman's has transitioned from primarily being restaurants to including more wholesale distribution. It has allowed other businesses to sell our premium ice cream and become a part of our history. They may not be a Bridgman's by name, but they get to be a part of the Bridgman's family. The resilience of Bridgman's ice cream is something that you don't see often. We survived the Great Depression. We've survived decades of hardships and the COVID-19 pandemic, and we're still here.
Having a personal stake in people's memories and the moments they're creating is what made Bridgman special in the first place. And to be part of that for new memories going forward is probably the best part about this.
I think Bridgman's ice cream parlors bring people in the community together.
I guess Bridgman's has been instrumental in my entire life. I mean, I met my wife there. My whole career's been there. I mean, it's a part of my life.
Ice cream is fun. Everybody loves ice cream. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Bridgman's was like magic. I think it made my dad really proud that he served Bridgman ice cream.
This is wonderful. And it's just Bridgman's. We grew up with Bridgman's. But yes, the quality, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is the first time we've eaten a Lollapalooza since that epic night of a birthday for a 10-year-old.
Definitely. There's no way we're finishing this, though. Right?
Right there, yeah. Me and Sam will just never forget that birthday and that moment. It's a funny story that we continually tell over the years.
Yeah. But I really do want my kids to try to eat a whole one of these.
Yeah, that'll be another fun moment.
Yeah, but not drive home for a couple hours probably afterwards.
Everyone has a Bridgman's story. They're all different, but yet all connected through relationships or family or friends. and a meeting place that they remember across generations, coming to and sharing and enjoying with others.
Okay, so this is what would happen on your first day. You'd be standing at a booth taking down an order. The busboys who would go down below grabbing dirty dishes would smear hot fudge and caramel down the back of your leg. No, I'm not kidding. And you'd have to be standing there being really composed and taking the order, and you've got hot fudge and caramel dripping down the back of your legs. They just thought it was hilarious. Yep, that was initiation.
I didn't know there was an initiation.
And the whipped
either.
cream thing?
Oh,
Lord.
in your oh yeah, in your hair. You look delicious.
You look delicious. But our poor parents, they'd have to bring towels so we could sit in the car.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get in the shower with the uniform on and peel it off.
My mom was like, "What happened? What's wrong? Don't they like you?"
That's just a normal day at Bridgman's. It's just Bridgman's.
Yeah. They're,
But I loved every minute of
apparently
it.
it was an initiation. Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. I did.
You know, most people remember Bridgman's for the way we end a meal with ice cream. But for every great ending, there's a great beginning. For example, you can begin a tropical fruit sundae with a great steak dinner. Or begin a banana split with a Bridgman burger. Or begin a royal sundae with shrimp. Like my pal here. Well, how's the sundae, Leroy?
The end, Rocky.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, go.
I ran really weird. I wanted to like.
You're like a grandpa.
Enjoy pie and kiss. You want fun?
I know you.
Perfect. go like they treat Instagram. Mom does not know how Instagram stories work. Oh! Okay.
Yeah, we don't